Shall we start? Time is
Yes,
11.
yeah. So, good morning, all of you. So, my salutation to Param Shraddheya Ma Radha Devi ji Goenka, who is the founder president of Bharatiya Seva Sadan. Honorable President Mr. Dilip Rajji Goenka sir, Honorable Principal Dr. Charushila Rumale madam, and the Vice Principal Dr.Ambadas Pande sir. And most important thing, today's resource person, Honorable Dr. N.Priyadharsini ma'am, all the faculty members, research scholars, and students on behalf of institutions, Innovation Council, and Department of Commerce and Management, I, Dr. Rupa Gupta, welcome you all in the national webinar on problem solving and ideation. So, in this competitive scenario, those who have a creative idea, those who have a innovative idea that people can survive very nicely, they can create opportunity for startup or entrepreneurship for themselves. So for this purpose, today we have Honorable guest speaker Priyadarshini ma'am. Without getting much more time, uh, let me introduce Honorable Dr. N. Priyadarshini ma'am. Ma'am is currently working as an associate professor in Department of Physics at PSGR Krishnammal College for Women, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Ma'am has completed his MSc, MPhil, and PhD. In the same way, under his able guidance, 7 MPhil students has completed their MPhil degree and 6 PhD scholars are pursuing their PhD. Respected madam has completed 2 research projects funded by Department of Science and Technology and 1 research project by GRG Trust major project. This was the major project. In the same way, 1 Indian patent is also granted on ma'am's name on the topic mobile bug. She has published 11 research publication in international Scopus high impact factor journals, and out of them 192 are cited, and she has also 8 H index. Ma'am is also the reviewer of many international Scopus index journal. Respected madam has presented 40 research presentation in national and international conferences, and in the same way ma'am has delivered 35 internal and external talk as an innovation ambassador, and she has mentored 10 prototypes and innovation contest. Ma'am is a founder in startup Test, Scientisco, and Animation Studio. She is a coordinator for mentor scheme, and currently she is mentoring 7 colleges. She has also a lot of memberships like Indian Society for Technical Education, life member in ISRO Coimbatore chapter, life member in Indian Science Congress. On her account, she is honored by various awards and recognitions like Convener IIC establishment, Innovation Ambassador by MHRD Institution, Innovation Cell in the year 2020, Women Achiever Award in the year 2022, Best Faculty Award in the year 2022. In the same way, current year, she is also awarded by Faculty Appreciation Award. In the same way, she is the NISP coordinator for college startup activities. She is the convener of MHRD's Institutions Innovation Council, and she has uh, attended more than 50 training programs, workshops, and conferences. And her view about educational policy involving Bangalore college admission system has published in Indian Express on 25th May 2019. So, ma'am has a like great profile, rich profile. So it is my humble request to Honorable Dr. Priyadarsini ma'am, please share your knowledge, thoughts, and views, and enhance the knowledge of our audience on the topic problem solving and ideation. Please, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rupa Gupta. I think it is a nice introduction about me. I think you have given a lot of overview. Before starting the session, I think many faculty members are also attending the session, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't treat me as a unique person. I'm also one of your colleague. You can feel free to discuss anything regarding any feature about our innovations and also the all initiative of the Ministry of Education. Actually, this is a quarter one activity I think we are doing in problem solving and ideation. Actually, you may ask why we need all this activity, why we have to do all this activity. Every college is now in a rush to complete all this activity. So, before move on to the detailed design, I like to touch upon the fundamental expectation from the government. Why we have to do all these things? Few minutes. I like to. I think with the permission of Rupa Gupta, shall I go that aspects? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
okay?
Please, please,
Shall I
ma'am.
proceed in such a
Yeah,
manner?
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I think, are you seeing my PPT presentation now? Everyone is viewing this presentation
Yes,
now?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Visible to everyone? Yes, thank you. Actually, we have a lot of initiative by Minister of Education. The primary initiative now we are in a SIH Smart India Hackathon, and I think now we are in rushing to complete our process. Then we have an Institution Innovation Council. Each college is considered of IIC, that is a mandatory. We are doing a lot of activities under IIC. Then you may ask why we have to do, we will discuss more. Then we have an ARIA, now it is moved as an NAR of innovation. That is called ranking among the institutions related to the innovation achievements. Then I think Madam has said to me about that I am an NISP coordinator. What is NISP? It is a National Innovation Startup Policy implemented by the government in the year of 2019 for the benefit of the students and faculty. Then we got to do a lot of hackathons, many activities, many competitions. You may ask why we got to do all these things. What is the importance of doing all? We will discuss now. Actually, government has given, we have to, when they frame a policy, we got to understand that a lot of innovations and entrepreneurship activities are going in the campus, but we have to regulate, we have to make a proper identification of all these things in a one cluster. We have varieties, we have a research cell, we have an entrepreneurship cell, we have an innovation club. Each are in the different categories. We like to go with all these things in a one cluster. So that's why government asked us to frame one IAC or a one umbrella. In that particular umbrella, we are doing all this activity in a one umbrella. That is called Institute Innovation Council. I think, is it clear to everyone? That's why we have moved to a particular umbrella. We are successfully doing that also. Yes. So we are very familiar what is entrepreneurship and all. We are very familiar. We know that. Ma'am, sorry for the interruption. I need one minute video and also photograph for this session.
Yes,
Kindly
ma'am.
record it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So this is a definition. I think we can skip on all these slides. I think you are very familiar, better than me also. I like to introduce a very important thing as why need an ecosystem? Why need an ecosystem in our college or any institution? We need an any ecosystem. We have a separately already I said innovation cell, entrepreneurship cell, student innovation club, and student startup system. Everything is happening individually in a different form. We like to correlate, we like to come with a one proper ecosystem that is recording all these activities in a one umbrella. That's why you have introduced what? IAC. So we have a private sector funding and a public sector funding. We have a lot of requirement. Always we people are interested to apply only a funding from a government. That's why we are always struggling to get a funding also. You may see any higher education system, we have a lot of research-based ideas. Some of the people are very good. They already developed the prototypes. Then some of the people already through their linkages, they are doing commercial research or technology transferable research that is happening. Some of the people are working with a company, some of them are tied up with some people in abroad. They have a different versatile area they are doing. The PPT shows we have four versatile. There is an idea case and a commercial case with the organization, and also a business model or a application of business model with the big companies. So in order to account all these activities, we need a one cell that is called startup cell. So the startup cell or a pre-incubation activities or incubation activity has to be under one particular umbrella. That's why NASP supports us to do all these activities. So why we need an NASP? We have to correlate with the policy of the government. We are going to discuss. Ma'am, somebody has raised the hand. Do you have any doubt?
Uh,
Shivani?
no, I think she don't have time. Doubt, Miss
Okay, no
Secretary.
problem. No problem. No problem. Doesn't matter. So if you have any query at any point of view, you can interrupt. So I think now we are in the quarter one, we are doing this workshop. What is the need for doing this? So every part or every initial stage of our program should be based on idea creation, idea validation. That should be all are related to our quarter one activity. We got to take an idea from each kids. We are doing an ideation workshop, and also we are creating an awareness among the kids why we got to do all these things. Then once we are circulating an idea or we are receiving idea from idea competition, we got to validate the idea through a proper experts according to their idea-based streams or themes. Suppose the students are giving idea in agriculture, we need a proper jury or a judge in with a particular theme. Similarly, according to the idea received from the students or a faculty, we got to put a proper jury and we got to validate the idea. Once the idea is a proper, it should be a validated idea, we got to move on to the product creation. That is called creating prototype model. So once the prototype is properly validated with the industry people, we have to check with the business model creation and business validation. So this is a life cycle of any venture. Why I am showing this slide? This is not created by myself. This is created by government. Any business, any uh, common startup or a venture that have a life cycle. Initially, there is a huge growth. They will touch upon the maximum point. They make a very revenue. After some time, there is a chance of getting value of death. So that's why many people are afraid to do business. If you are approaching any student, especially this college is also a women college, similar to us. Our stakeholders and our students are mostly women. When we approach the students to do a startup or any business, immediately they are telling that they are afraid to do the business. They may say immediately, ma'am, our family never supposed to do this process. And long time we can't do the business. We need an understanding of doing business. Suppose when we say startup, mostly the government supports for first generation entrepreneurs, not for all the people. Most of these schemes and fundings are available to the first generation entrepreneurs. In such a case, the people may immediately say, ma'am, whenever I'm doing business, I'm getting a problem of this. That's why IIC have a lot of understanding. We have industry experts, mentors, and also the connecting people are a local ecosystem enablers. Those people can support us how we can prolongly doing our business in a successful manner. When suppose you are doing an even a simple business, your idea is unique, you can do it and scale up under long time venture. That is also possible. So why I am showing this slide? Earlier this is possible. Now this is not at all possible through our activities of IIC and also activities of the MOE. We can connect with a lot of people. We are getting proper suggestion from our experts that we will never reach this point. That's why we can go with the obviously enhancement in our part. Every time we have to go with the proper identification of our product. So I think why we are discussing all these things. See, the ratio of the people, those who are graduating, those who are completing their education, it is a more huge number in our today's scenario. The job opportunities are not in the same aspects compared to the people who are graduating every year. The people need more job opportunity, more things. That's why we are here to introduce our own job opportunity. Also, the more startups will give a more job opportunities to the youngsters. So whenever you are creating your own model, you can be a master of your own knowledge. You can create and you can support your own group of people in your local ecosystems. That's why government asks us to create more and more startups. I think you can check our global index now. See the country's global index and worldwide. India is the 52nd place compared to other countries. This is called Global Innovation Index. Compared to other countries in globally, we are in the 52nd place. So why we are in such a position? We are always knowledgeable. We know that India is enriched. India has a more potential and to develop a lot of prototypes, and they are always a pioneer in the knowledge system. Then why this is lacuna? Why we are lagging in this aspect? Because when we come across a lot of ideas and knowledge, we are never exposed to open public. And even we consider the early research, many people are doing wonderful research. They publish the paper. Whenever they are asking their ideas to come out to the open public, they say, no, no, my idea will be taken by somebody else. That is a very big drawback in the early stage of India. That's why government urges to go for patent filing and do the channelizing of idea to open public forum. When some of the ideas are more unique, more intellectual, in such a case, we can do a patent filing and we can commercialize the idea through a technology transfer or by creating our own venture. So whenever we are doing all these things, our innovation can be an open one to know about all public. Then only we can come across the higher position of the global index. That's why it is a very big move of our ministry. For the past 5 years, we are completely working on moving global innovation index to a higher level. Thing, we are also lagging in many aspects. You can see Global Entrepreneurship Index. India is in the 78th position. So when you say our forefathers or many people are doing a lot of good work in the entrepreneurship cases, many people are working in the entrepreneurship area, but still we are in the 78th position because that is the people ancestor-wise doing business, people only doing business. The new generation people, those who are having really entrepreneurship idea, hesitate to come to the business because the funding opportunities and the linkages with the industries are very less in the early ages. That's why we are creating an ecosystem. We have a lot of industry people and also a lot of business people, our alumni entrepreneurs, all are in our forum in the form of a council. We have put it all council members as a mentors to motivate our students to come with a lot of innovative ideas. That is more possible through this. So I think within a few years, we will come across the higher position of all these index. Will successfully achieve all these things. I think you are aware of Arya have all these index. Arya have all parameters also like this. We need, and that's why they have fixed all these parameters. How many innovative ideas are in our campus? How many prototypes are available in campus? How we are supporting our students through pre-incubation, incubation setup, how we are motivating our kids by understanding of innovation and entrepreneurs through our academic and non-academic courses. Then how many patents are filing every year and how we are doing a technology transfer and commercialization process. All these things. I think I can stop this presentation. I can move on to my main presentation to understand. This is a need of an era. That's why we are working of IIC. I think government is asking to do more process. Our people are now stuck in that why we have a lot of activities, why we have to complete all these things. Anyway, this is an importance. That's why we are doing all this activity. I think I'm sharing my presentation. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
So my important part of discussion, I think anybody is telling about problem solving and ideation. Immediately nowadays, when I sharing ideas to my kids or students, they may ask, why I got to do all these things? What is the benefit for me doing this? That is because this generation is entirely different than our generation. Without any understanding, without any motivation, no, none of the people will work for problem solving and ideation. When we discuss about the problem solving and ideation, you may think that it will never be a unique part. It will be coming any area, any aspects. Then how we are doing the process is a very important. When we say problem solving and ideation, we can't force the students to work in one particular theme or one particular area. It may be coming versatile area. Then we are going to discuss that is a very important move of a present scenario. Why we need an ideation problem solving? What are the benefits? I'm going to discuss. Very few slides, but my discussion will be a very detailed to understand and to move on to think. I think through this workshop, I like to motivate many students who are attending this session. They may enjoy and they may understand why we got to do all these things. So I'm proceeding to my next slide. Whenever we are discussing problem solving and ideation, I think usually the kids are come with a lot of ideas. They're presenting in the mini hackathon and also the ideation competition. The thing is, why we have to do, we are going to discuss now. So whenever you consider any researcher or any either in a faculty or a student, they may ask, what are the things they have to do? Whenever you come with a unique idea, first thing you have to take your idea should be protected, because we are projecting or presenting our idea in a many national forums and competition. In such a case, we got to file a IP for our idea. We got to secure our idea first. For that, we have to create an intellectual property rights like a filing, design, or a utility patent. Then our institution should create, or our higher education institution should create one commercialization policy and strategy that has to be created. Any faculty or any student come with a unique idea. Suppose we are asking them to present in SIH, or what is the motto? Even now, YUKTI is going. YUKTI Innovation Challenge is going. I think we are working almost 2 months to 3 months to submitting our idea. Once we are funding, we are receiving funding from the government. What we have to do? We have to commercialize our idea. We have to give a technology transfer of idea. Then our kids are nowadays asking why, how we can do all these things, ma'am. That's the thing, we got to motivate our kids. So what are the rights, what are the obligations? So we have to frame a proper institutional policy or IP ownership. We know that most of the institution, applicant is our college, and inventory is the faculty or students. Then in such a case, the people are asking, suppose we are making technology transfer and commercialization, who will be the owner for all this technology transfer? In such a case, we can say, now the government has opened up, applicant can be both institution and inventor. Partially the institution, partially the inventor. In such a case, the faculty or a student can be a owner of their own ideas. That is also possible. These are the checklist. Whenever you are come with a lot of researchers or an innovators doing fantastic, unique area of application, you got to check a university IP policy, and there should be detailed notes of your thing. That's the thing. IAC says now it is called repository. Whenever you are doing idea competition or idea thing, you have to make a storing of repository. Suppose you are doing idea competition some periodic intervals, but government is come with an SIH only at the end of the year. In such a case, you can store the repository. I think now again they have opened up the UP Innovation Challenge that is called Managed Challenge. This is for fresh year this year. So already the last year has over. Nowhere they have mentioned you have to conduct and you have to store. Okay? But anyway, it is every quarter. The last activity is a demo day or a inter or intra innovation competition. You have to conduct. What is the motto of all these things? Every quarter you have to conduct and you have to save in the repository. Now, at the end of the year, they opened again for a new ICTI. In the new ICTI Innovation Challenge, you have to store all these ideas, whatever you have stored in the repository. So you may ask, earlier repository is not open. Now they are opening now. In such a case, every periodicity you have to make a cluster of your activity in one folder. Now you have to apply. So for these things, we have to create a one research profile scheme or your own scheme. You have to create all these things. Whenever you want to publish a patent or file a patent, you never publish your idea in open forum. So now government says, suppose you are a author or you are author of your own paper. So unknowingly you publish in a journal, you can file a patent also. That is now allowed from the government. Anyway, if you have an idea, if it seems to be more intellectual, you are presenting idea in many forum, better you can file a patent. That is more required. Then once you file the patent, I think through NIRF innovation or many forum, you may think that they're asking commercialization of patent. Why it is required? You file a patent, everybody is doing now. The thing is, your idea should be technology transferable research. More public or more people should ask. The thing is, the idea should be more utility based, application oriented. How we can understand that whether it is application oriented, when we do a technology transfer, we can understand all these things. So my important discussion today is completely based on technology transfer. Why I'm insisting this aspect today? Because whenever we ask more students to come with a lot of prototypes and innovative ideas, thing is their idea and prototype never stop in that stage, because we crossed our 5 IIC, now we moved on to 6.0. The requirement of an IIC thing, here after all idea, all prototypes should reach one level, that is becoming a model of an upcoming students, that should always motivate the other students also to move on that particular benchmarking level. That's why we are doing my presentation today completely focus on the technology transferable ideas and prototypes. Then my question or any person's question is, what is technology transfer? Why we have to do this? So the thing is, I think, are you seeing my presentation? Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
far, is it clear? Whether I'm in a track? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So I think the technology transfer process helps any company more effectively to do their human, physical, or capital resources by providing knowledge and means of doing facility equipment. This is a definition because basically I'm a physics faculty. I know that many people never love knowing definition. Anyway, with a lot of examples, we are going to understand what is technology transfer. Technology transfer have a four wings. One is called invention, innovation, design, and marketing. So these are the four arms or four wings of the technology transfer. I think again this is also a theoretical model. We'll understand through example. It's a simple example. Usually I'm taking for my kids to understand the technology transfers. Similarly, I'm presenting today for your better understanding, which is a very good example. I'm taking an example of wheel. Do you know that wheel? Our ancestors, a million years ago, they invented a wheel for the purpose. I think you may have heard that for the purpose. Earlier days, they used a wheel to create a clay pots for cooking and making uses of the vessels. And they used a wheel for taking a water from a well. I think whenever we are taking in water from a well directly, we have to we have to give a more force to compensate the gravitation force. That is very, very problematic. That's why we are using a lever principle by using wheel. We are taking a water from a well. I think you know that. That is called invention. I think now our kids our student faculty members are giving more ideas. That is called, some of the cases seems to be invented idea. It's a unique idea. Earlier, we people are speaking about invention. Continuously, we speak about invention. Now, wherever we go, we are hearing the word of innovation. You may ask, what is the difference between invention and innovation? Whenever one idea, like a wheel, we are using for the purpose of creating clay pots and also taking water from a well, we are used earlier. That is called invention. Now, the people are working in the wheel in a different application. Can you say any one of the application what you are seeing in your daily life? Yes. Any student who are participating, can you participate or you can give in a chat box? Can you say any one of the application of a wheel in a present scenario? Can you try? Okay. I think nowadays you can see many bicycles, two-wheelers, and also cars, buses, all transport vehicles in many form. You are seeing wheels. Is it? That is called, we are using the wheel in a different application. That is called innovation. Yes. We are taking a wheel for different application. That's why we are saying innovation. We are taking a wheel and we are modifying the structure of the wheels. We are creating new features. That is called design. Turning idea into reality and implement the idea to use the wheel. How we can use? You can take a Volvo bus. Volvo have a different structure. Yes, sir? And you can take it our BMW car and also the different car. What are the features are there? The wheel structure is a matter. That's why we are facing more comforts. When you take a normal bus and Volvo over a, what is the bus? You are traveling in many air buses. That is called Volvo seaters. Those have a different structure. That's why they have a two wheels, four wheels in the back end. We are feeling more comforts. So same wheel, we are changing the structures, designs. We are making it more application oriented. That is called design. Whenever we are keeping all these designs, idea, and we are creating new model, when we keep idea ourselves, that never be useful to the society. What is the purpose of doing all these things? When we are developing a more designs and disseminating our idea to the public, that is called diffusion. Diffusion means giving our idea to the society or a common public that makes more application oriented. That is called diffusion. Here we consider there is a one invention. We are modifying our idea to the different application, that is called innovation. Creating a model feature applicable to the society or applicable to the market is called design. Then giving and transferring our idea is a diffusion. By doing all these four processes only, the technology transfer is successful. That's why whenever we are coming with a new idea and we have a more problem solving idea, we have to apply the idea to the society. So you can motivate your students whenever they come with the idea. Idea never be a simple idea. That should have one application oriented, or cause for the society, cause for the any application. That is a motivation of the kids. Suppose few kids are attending this session, you can understand your idea should be all these category. Whenever you are coming with a lot of idea, you are presenting a lot of forum, you are not getting any recognition and all. Doesn't matter. You can improve your idea in such a way. The idea should be more innovative. Invention, anyone can say, but how innovative is a unique now. That's why people are working, saying the word of innovation nowadays. When I studied my college and schools, I heard the word of invention. Now people are speaking about innovation. Why they are speaking about innovation? Because your idea should be divisible or application oriented. Never be a simple idea. Always promotable idea. Then once you have innovated your idea, you have to work with the designers and you have to give a design to the application. That is more and more essential. So earlier, why it is important, why we are move on to the thing. I'm giving again example. Aluminium was invented in the year of 1854 as a metal. It is the application in the form of utensil, boards, windows, frames. Many applications are in the commercial market with the help of aluminium. See, all these applications are reached to the commercial market after 100 years. And again, a phenomenon of total internal reflection. I'm basically a physics faculty. Anyway, I think you may aware the total internal reflection is for the purpose of fiber optics. I think it is a principle behind submarine cables and also the landline phones. Still, people are working on fiber. Yes or no? That's why you are engineering Wi-Fi. Fiber cables are available. Geofiber is there. All these things are the principle behind total internal reflection. So you can see this phenomena of total reflection reached the commercial market after 90 years. Similar laser, you are doing laser surgery. Many surgeries are there. That is also reached the commercial market 43 years. Okay. So many scientists who invented many ideas in the past century, they promoted their idea to the public and also they reached the commercial market after 100 years, 90 years and 50 years. So that's why they fed up. See, yeah, human life is only 80 to 90 years. Suppose I invented one thing, I'm reaching the commercial market after 100 years. You may worry, no? Why we have to wait for such long years? That is a problem in the past century. That's why more people are not interested to do the things also. That's why our movement of innovation cell is motivating this. In our lifetime, within a very short span of life, we have to reach all these market very quickly. How we can do this? We are going to discuss. So already explained. I think move on to the thing. Earlier, I have shown many examples. They reached the market after 90 years, 100 years. You consider an example of X-rays. Who invented the X-rays? William Röntgen, there of 1895. He is the first Nobel laureate in physics. Why he received? See, earlier example, they took 100 years, 90 years. See, case of a Röntgen. He invented X-ray. He don't know the radiation. It is a unique radiation. The feature is also unique. He can't see the ray immediately. So when in any quantity, whenever we are not familiar with the quantity, we put a name of X. X means unknown. That's why Röntgen named the rays called X-rays. How successful Röntgen is? He tested the X-ray immediately with the medical industry. So how it is possible for the Röntgen? Because Röntgen is working in one institution. They have a technology transfer institute within the institution. They suggested the Röntgen. Why not? You can apply this radiation with the thing. So that is a very important thing. Ranjan says he quickly reached the market with the help of industry. How it is successful? Because with the help of a technology transfer research in his institute, they have suggested Ranjan, this is possible. Why not? You can try with the medical industry. That is a lacuna for the others. That is more successful for the Ranjan. That's why Ranjan is more successful. I think you can understand this. So whenever we have a NISP or whenever we have any institute industry interface, you can try all these features. Suppose your students is come with a lot of ideas. Whenever you have an industry experts constituted in your council, they can suggest the people. You can try for this particular industry. Your idea can be applied for particular industry. It is possible. Okay, they can suggest all these things. That's why it is a mode of a government. You have to try all these things. Whenever you are trying all these things, you can be a Ranjan, or your students can be a model of like a Ranjan. So see, now X-ray is making a huge impact in the social. Sir, If you are doing any medical analysis or any medical treatment, they are trying all these things. Yes. So which is not possible for the earlier researcher, now it is possible for the Roger. I think you can understand. This is possible for the Roger also. Okay. So similarly, we can move on to the next slide. So whenever you are having invention, you can similarly we have a many more example. Earlier, computer is a very big room. Our because why it is a very big room? They have a lot of big transistors and semiconductor devices. They are very bigger in size. That's why very big. Now we are having a handy computers. Okay, why some invention in some cases lagging to reach the commercial market is some of them are quickly reaching the market because you can consider some invention they take a more time. Consider the case of an aluminum or many similar invention, they reach a market for a long time, they took a long years, but some of the inventions are quickly reached the market. What factors govern the time lag between the invention and the application? In today's marketplace, people are taking some of the business as successful business, some of them are failure. So you can consider our kids also. Why they are afraid to move on to the business and startup? Because they are lagging in understanding the market features. They come with a lot of ideas. They come with a lot of prototypes. But reaching the market is a very hesitation for us, or hesitation for students, because they don't know the market research. They don't know the market requirement also. Invention is always the original. Innovation is development, refinement, change to the existing or to the requirement of the society. So whenever we are doing all these process, we can quickly manufacture, we can quickly or cheaper manufacture, better performance and more reliable. So design is another process I already explained through the example of a wheel. Whenever we are designing for one particular car, it is one feature. When we design for a versatile application, you can take a even two-wheeler and we have an Harley Davidson bikes. Everything is different features. They have all in different features of a wheel. We can consider. Yes. Diffusion, everything which is applied to the society for the application of the people, that is called diffusion. So why I'm insisting on this particular aspect, especially consider the faculty members. Earlier they are doing research, we're getting receiving a funding from the government. That is a need of a lot. But nowadays we are getting a lack of funding from the government because more people are doing research. You can consider the model of world countries or abroad. All researchers are doing research from the funding of industries. You consider the Taiwan or Japan, they are receiving funding of technology transfer or licensing research through IBM. Similarly, many you can consider. We are going to discuss in the next slide. I think you can see how many. You can see the other countries. They are receiving funding for R&D from companies. See, Japan is receiving 11% of R&D from Canon, US is from 3M, and also Netherlands from Philips. These are the models I'm explaining. I think Hitachi, Toshiba, you can consider any research in Japan or any prototyping in Japan, they are receiving funding from the industries, which is lagging in India, that is not lagging in other countries, which is highly lagging in India. That's why we can consider any IIT, they have a corporate social responsibility, CSR funding. Majority of the CSR funding they are receiving from the companies because they are showing and they have an institute industry interface within the campus. Any research, they are immediately testing with the industry. That's why they are more successful in CSR. That is lagging in our institution, especially in higher education institution. Earlier, we are doing research, we are identifying the technology. Even you can consider kids, they have identified one technology, they come with a unique idea. Then we have one team of juries or evaluators who are evaluating the technology, and we are just opening to the any forum. Hereafter, we never do that. We have to secure the technology through patent filing. That's why government makes
बोल दो
and
फोटो
urge
सेंड नहीं
us
करी
to protect our technology.
मीठे आने
Once
की
you
भी
protect the
जाने
technology, then only you have to prototyping. Whenever you are going prototyping and creating an model of any devices, our kids come with a lot of queries and a lot of clarification. Some of the time we are not exactly supporters to do the process. In such a case, your industry experts or your connectivity people with a nearby industry should support. Suppose your student come with one model of a sensor technology or an any AI technology or an app development. In such a case, you can send your kids to do a technology awareness training, like an internship. Usually, earlier internship, we are sending our kids to a subject-related internship. Instead of doing subject-related internship, We can send our students to technology awareness program or a training in the related industries. Suppose they come with the app development, we can send the kids to any development models, developer industries. They can get a product specified training. Product specific training means they come with a unique idea, they come with a unique problem, and they know how to solve, but they need a support to develop as a prototype. In such a case, we can set the kids to do all this process. That is available now through your industry experts or an ecosystem enabler. Suppose any nearby incubation centers, you can send the kids to do some interns or a project training. That can be an equivalent of your own subject internship or a project that is supported by NISP. You can completely see, I don't know whether you incorporate NISP in your campus. NIP support all these features. Suppose you consider your students are doing innovative research. They come with a lot of innovative idea. They really want to promote as a prototype. You can give as a main project. Their subject project can be equivalent to this project, and you can give some of the sabbatical leave, or you can compensate their attendance whenever doing research on developing prototypes. With, with all these incentives and motivation only, the students can come with a lot of prototypes. However, it is not possible to do such an extended level. Already I said, Hitachi and many industries are providing funding. This is a portfolio, technology portfolio. Whenever our students are come with a lot of idea, we can't take all idea as such. We have to check, we have to identify the technology importance and the business attractiveness. That is called SWOT analysis. I think many management people can understand. A says some of the ideas may be low or less competitiveness position, but they have a more attractive in a business. B says attractive business, more competitive advantage. That is required. Always the student's idea should be meted to this level, B level. C, poor position in the competitive case and lower end, but nobody will attract these ideas. Some of the students are kids by interest, they say, "Ma'am, this is not businessable idea, but I have some idea." We can motivate them, we can do, and we can suggest the students to link their idea for a real model. They may not understand where it will be placeable, where it reaches the market. We are the mentors, we are the faculty mentors to should guide the kids to link their idea to the commercial market or a businessable model. He is a high position. It is a mixed, not in an important technology or a company, but it will be some of the cases. This is also eliminated by the Zuris. Mostly B is the expected one. You can guide the students, you can motivate the students. Whenever they are coming with a lot of ideas, we have to check which industries are really required this idea or which application is required. Some of the time, even our kids are come with a lot of ideas for the society cause, like a waste management or a cleaning or a solar system. We can give an idea to our government, or we can project our idea to our local bodies. Why not you can implement this idea as a model for our local rural people, the local public? Then this will be a model for others also. We need not always force our students to get a prizes or winning in essays. Some of the idea can be a model for our local society or local people. We can move on to our local corporation people or a local corporation commissioner, because we are also in the district headquarters. We can submit our idea to the local bodies, and we can ask, or we can ask the request local body to fit our idea as a model system. Some of the time we are giving as a free model, prototype model to the local body. You can try, like a sampling model, you can try all these features for your applications. Suppose we are coming with one new devices of application related in this agriculture form. Nowadays we are giving those sensor as a one model to try a farmers to implement all these idea, and we are come with a lot of feedbacks and come a lot of ideas that will be giving more motivation to the kids to move on to the promoting a prototype in such a better model also. Then we can come with a lot of mentors and also industry experts. They are suggesting that this will be a unique model, and some of the improvements can be quickly reached. So why I am suggesting all these things? Because students are attending this session. Whenever you are linking with the industry or any ecosystem enabler, your idea to reaching market period is reducing, because already I asked one question: why some of the idea takes lagging to reach the market for a long period? Means as a academic persons, either a faculty or students, we never understand the importance of the society need. Then suppose you can understand that I also a inventor of one device, patent was granted. I am seriously working on technology transfer now. When I promoted the idea, the purpose of the idea, what I have developed as a, I'm going to show one slide in the later stage for the motivation of the kids. I developed a mobile sensor. When I invented the device in 2012, the purpose is many people are bringing phones in the exam halls. You may consider some of the persons are keeping phone. We know that somebody is using, but we can't identify. My sensor will sense the usage of mobile phone in the network frequency itself. Suppose you are switch on, just till you are switch on a device, it will give an alarm, it will give a buzzer also. Earlier, when I invented the device, that is a button phone, that is a normal handy phones are available. Now I think we moved on to the Android version. I think once you switch on your Android phone, quickly your device is accessing network only. So earlier I invented and my patent was granted. I think I many local newspapers approached me and they asked about invention. They published to the common public. Times of India, many newspapers. I have received more feedback from the public. They are telling why you restricted to only this application. So Times of India also came with a lot of suggestion. They approached the military application. They approached the police official groups. They need this device. When I invented, I never understand the feature of all these applications. When we discuss with the common forum, they are giving more feedbacks. They're suggesting why not you can extend your idea to this form. That's why when we reach the industry, when we reach the common public, we are getting more ideas. That's why market survey is very essential. Now I'm developing a model with the companies, and I'm going to launch the device for the public usage. That's why I'm suggesting whenever you are having an industry institute interface or an academic industry interface, industry will give up more ideas. That's why Ranjan is successful, that which is not possible for the other inventors of aluminium and laser. They have not interacted with the industry. Whenever you approach the industry, you can consider again my example. I gave a mobile bug to the industry. They have a lot of people in a one forum. In the industry, they have a marketing people, they have a technology developers, they have a lot of what is that unique understanding like engineers. So though we have a lot of experts in a one place. Suppose as an individual, I'm working for long years. I need at least 20 to 30 years to do the commercialization process as an individual purpose. My age will go. So when I approach the proper industry, they may quickly devise for the application of a society or a commercial model. It is possible. That is called minimum viable model MVP. MVP is possible when you reach the industry. Reaching industry and collaborating industry will move or speed up our process of creating MVP. I think NISP, in the one slide I'm explaining, actually NISP, you check the website of a government, they have a 30 to 40 pages of a policy. I like to touch upon the unique feature because as an NISP coordinator, I got to do this process. Linking organization and making in collaboration, this is very important. That's why I'm explaining previous slide itself. Graduating, every year we are, more students are graduating and getting employment. But creating a link to our alma mater is always very important. That's why many colleges are now doing. We are creating and communicating to our alma mater. Many alumni may be an entrepreneur. They need a collaboration with our people. They voluntarily nowadays doing. That's why our council should have one alumni entrepreneur. Then already I mentioned, suppose real students or faculties are really doing innovative research, they want to do a market survey or they want to do a prototyping with the real industry model. We can give a sabbatical leave for the faculties and also we can give a compensation attendance for the students. Then industry university research units, we have to make many companies should be an adjunct faculty or also we have an industry experts to promote our idea because whenever we are receiving idea, never be in one theme. Each cluster, computer science or a science or any commerce or any humanities, they come with a lot of different ideas. In such a case, how we can maintain all those ideas in one single forum? We can make a clustering process, and each cluster we need a proper industry expert and also the mentors to support the students' idea to come with a lot of application oriented. Then already I keep on explaining university industry liaison unit or university industry interface should be kept in every institution to promote our innovative research. This is one slide explaining all this. University industry partnership supports more product ideas, real world perspectives, focusing problems, prototyping facilities, market experience. Market experiences are more required for the kids because kids never understand what is the requirement from the market side. So whenever we are having partnership, those industry experts can support. How they, you may ask why they are supporting, because we are going to be a partner of our applications. New research, interesting device, research with a seemingly no application, nobody will like that research. Earlier we are publishing, now the people are asking what is the application, where it will be applying. If we are applying any project, the people are asking how it is commercially viable. Then any professor or students are doing research, that has to be that has to be scrutinized and validated with our industry partners. That is more and more required for our present era. Even if we are having IIC, doesn't matter, but any research in the upcoming scenario, those has to be validated with any industry applications. These are the paths of the technology transfer. Earlier, the government is giving funding, university is doing research. They have invented a lot of unique, innovative idea. They are doing campus companies like creating company X, Y, early stage. Now, because why I'm showing this slide, even our students are asking, ma'am, I want to do in higher education. I want to do in research. Suppose I'm creating a company, my study will be disturbed. There are many students are asking like this. Need not be like that. Earlier, whenever you are doing study, you can't create a company, or if you are in a company, you can't study. Now it is option. You can create your company, or you can do a technology transfer. Why you got to start a company? You can do a technology transfer. You can identify any company who are really interested in your product. You can give your product to that particular company, and you can get a royalty, and you can be a shareholder of that company. That is possible. That is allowed. Now, I am a government faculty. I am receiving a funding from government as a salary, but I am also a shareholder of the company. It is because of the NASP procedure of the NASP allowed. A faculty can be in one partner. They can do an extensive of their knowledge to promote the company. That is possible. You can do that, but your idea should be more unique. And apart from our official hours, weekly, I think 8 to 10 hours you can work for the company. That is allowed now. You can see the NASP policy. It is allowed now. You can do that. So immediately, whenever I'm presenting all this idea, the students come with a lot of questions. Why we have to collaborate? Already I said many examples. Anyway, one slide I like to explain. If you are facing with a problem, you can't identify to solve your innovative idea. You need a technical support. Maximum of the time, the kids or even faculties are expecting financial support for creating a technology transfer research. So when we collaborate with the industries, we are getting common features to share risk, to share cost, to gain technological knowledge, to speed up the process, because everyone want to become a Ranjan. Ranjan successfully launched the idea to commercial industry within 5 years. So similar to Ranjan, everybody want to speed up the product development to develop the product industry standard. Suppose I am developing one prototype, you can come with a many SIH problem. We are the evaluation team. You can see many people are presenting their idea. Some of the models are unique, but that never be a presentable idea. That never attracts the industry standard. That never be in the industry standard. In such a case, suppose our mentors are industry expert, they provided a proper validative idea. We can quickly modify our idea into industry standard model. That's why we got to collaborate to gain additional market. Because I said my example. I am working my invention based on one particular aspects. Now I open up for idea to the common public. I'm receiving a feedback. So additional market, I'm going to launch for the many more applications instead of a schools and college. Earlier, my target customers are, because I invented a device for the exam halls. Who is the target customers? Students from colleges and schools. Now my target customers are many public, many common official forums. They are doing many meetings. Somebody may illegally tracking and recording things. In such a case, we can use this device. Already I said military application, radar communication, police official security room. So whenever we are opening our idea to the common forum, we are receiving more inputs. Why you are working on one particular aspect? You can modify your application to a certain aspect. That is the common feedback we are receiving from the public. Very important point, reducing the time to reach the market. It is very important. When we are collaborating with the industry, our reducing time to market is happening. So these are the common barriers. Even a faculty or a student, these are lack of awareness. When we are doing some things, so even you are pushing your students to come with the idea, why they are not ready to come with the idea? Once the, even when we discuss with our students, they say, "Ma'am, whenever we are giving idea, you may ask us to create a prototype. How I can do that?" As a student from an undergraduate level, how I can do that? That's why they have a lack of knowledge. They're getting fears to develop this model. Lack of funding, it is always problematic. Even come with a business. When we want to do a business, earlier we are approaching our family members to support the business. That's why many people, those who are really interested to do the entrepreneurship or a business activities, that is not possible in the early stages. Nowadays, government is also giving a lot of fundings, and also industries are ready to give a funding also. Lack of funding, lack of common interest, because we don't know how many people are interested to purchase our device or purchase getting our idea. That's always problematic. That's why many people are afraid to do many applications. Conflict of interest, because in a technical side, when we collaborate with the many people, some is called conflict of interest, and we have a different opinion. And some most of the time we are afraid to give an idea to others, because we always say that they may take our idea, they may steal our idea. That is usually we people are telling. But when we put a proper MOU, that's why government says you have to put a MOU, non-disclosure agreement. I have a MOU with three industries to make a technology transfer of my research idea. Basically, I'm doing research on batteries, supercapacitors. I think you know that those are a trendy research nowadays. We have signed an MOU with the three different industry to make a validation of our devices, and also checking market feasibility also. Again, lack of trust, always lack of trust, always said. We never believe on others. Poor communication. Some of the time, we are very good intellectual idea. We don't know how to present our idea. Okay. Then the industry may say this idea is not required. So we need a proper and identified idea. Mentors should, as a faculty mentor, you have to make your kids to understand how to present an idea in a proper way, to go in a proper direction. That is always required. Either you can try, or your industry collaborator and experts can try this. Lack of infrastructure, because whenever I want to do, even suppose many people says, why you have to give a technology, why not you can do your own business. We need a proper infrastructure, we need a proper equipment, and we have to invest a lot of money for that. Suppose you are doing technology transfer, they have an equipment, they have a marketing team, they have all facility to do the process. In such a case, we can sit in our place conveniently, and we are getting royalty. We are going to discuss now. We can get a royalty. That is then over committed. So overcommitted means if anything more or additional is also not required. That may disturb our success. Overcommitted means we are working on one aspect of the project. We are leaving other aspect of the project is also problem. We need a all aspect in a equivalent form, in a uniform form. We need an all related application is required. Suppose as an individual we are working in one aspects, we may forget about the other aspects. That is not good for our success. That's why we need an industry communication. So again, we have to evaluate. So whenever we are going for commercialization, always we lagging. Why some of the prototypes or models are failure? They are not getting proper feedback. They are not getting survey. We got to evaluate the technology. That is called licensing. Is also one type of evaluating. Suppose we are reaching industry. Suppose you consider my case. I'm reaching industry. I'm telling my product will go this amount. We can sell this amount. Then licensing people will ask how you validated your product, how you evaluate the market trending. Earlier, these are the similar models are available. How unique yourselves. Anyway, my patent will say how unique is my device. But we have to evaluate the technology, and we have to identify the value proposition. I think you are attending with the innovation. We have a series of lectures. They say value proposition model. Value proposition will give what will be the value of our own model. Suppose as academic person, we don't know what will be the cost of the device. We simply say lesser amount. Then usually we say the cost of the manufacturing only. But when we say the business model, we want to add the features of a lot of the transportation facilities, advertisement facility, marketing. Those money has to be also included in our device cost. We never know all these understanding. Then evaluation and identifying the importance of the device is lagging in our side as academic person. That's why we have to evaluate the proper understanding of a reviewer, either reviewer from an internal. Suppose you have a proper internal experts in your campus, you can put an internal expert. Suppose your campus needs support from outside, you can put external reviewers. And already I keep on telling any startup ecosystem enablers or industry expert or alumni organization. Let's say council have all these ecosystem. Any idea is developed by your college. You have to discuss or you have to present it with all these people, and you have to get a proper feedback from all these people. That is required. In any innovation, we need a financing. Suppose many kids are saying, ma'am, if you are giving funding, I can do a development of my prototype. Usually people are asking, because all the time the kids can't spend the money from their hand. That is also a problem. So major influence is innovation through technology transfer leads to more funding. Then usually you may ask, whenever I'm giving industry, I have invented device, my knowledge is the matter here. Why I have to give an industry? Already I said, we like to share the risk, we like to quick the process. Then what is the benefit? We need a payback. Whenever we are giving idea or a technology transfer, what is the benefit from our side? We need a payback. We need some royalty. We are going to discuss the royalty now. So already said, whenever you want to do a technology transfer, primary thing you want to protect or secure a technology through patent, trade secrets or a trademark, any one of the form. Okay. Now design patent is more formal. You can do that process also. Royalty. Royalty is the more required thing. Any faculty or students are coming with the innovative idea and they are discussing the idea with the industry and they agreed to sign a MOU with the technology transfer. Everything is okay. What is the benefit for the inventor side? There two royalties are possible. One is the lump sum amount. It is a complete transformation of a royalty. Another one is called running royalty. When you approach the industry for a complete lump sum amount, you have to evaluate your device or a prototype and you have to estimate. Suppose you are signing in one proper agreement, you are completely transferring your technology for a lump sum amount. You are claiming 50 lakhs or 20 lakhs. You can't claim afterwards. Suppose your product or a prototype is rule over in the market. Your company is earning almost a huge amount like crores, around crores. You can't claim again because you transfer your idea for a complete lump sum amount. In such a case, which is a more advisable is running royalty. Running royalty is the most popular. Each device you can be a shareholder, you can share the profit according to your institution norms. Institution is suppose a owner and you are also part of the owner. Institute may ask some share and the inventor also asks some share and industry because they are doing complete process, they are doing marketing, everything. You are sitting in your academic side. Industry also needs some part. But anyway, you are the equal partner because the idea is yours. That's why most of the cases, even our side, we put a MOU with 50-50. Okay, so sharing and running royalty, it is a more advisable one. Why we have to go with the running royalty means if it's a long time commercialization model, we don't know the growth of the product development. In such a case, each time the running royalty will be a good model and advisable model. We can share our profit. Then you may ask, suppose most of the time industry may do 2 to 3 years, they modify the models. They say this is our model, your model has exhausted. In such a case, you can put an agreement such a way, whatever modification is happening, you also be the partner of that model for a long time and always you can share the profit. That is more and more advisable. Then only it can be a successful model for others also. So whenever you are interacting industry and you are creating a policy, you are doing an MOUs, your institute will have a proper policy to support all these aspects. Otherwise, we may lose any one of the aspect and we can be a failure model. Royalty, always we say, often accomplished with the upfront payment. I already said it's a licensing, one-time licensing fee. One complete amount we are receiving. That is a problem already. I mentioned both what are the problems are there. A minimum annual royalty payment, it is a okay. Through a shareholders, we can do. Already I explained. That is shown here. So summary, innovation and technology transfer is always exciting, but it is a complex process. Whenever we are asking our kids, we are always saying, come with the idea, come with the prototype. But what we are going to next stage is always better. It is a complex process. We need a faculty members as a one team. That's why IIC always says council should comprises of innovation activity coordinator, internship coordinator, and also many different coordinators are there. It is a judicious mixture of a management faculty should be there, science and technology faculty, and also a computer science team. We have all fraternities of faculties should support the system should be come with a good model. Otherwise, this model never be a successful model. We should come with a good model. We got to understand the model. I should, Minister of Education self for recognizing me as an innovation ambassador to transform my learned knowledge of technology transfer to the society. I sincerely thank my gratitude to of my own institution of PSGR Krishnammal College for Women, and special thanks to Dr. Rupa Gupta, IIC convener of Smt.Radhadevi Goenka College for Women, Akola, Maharashtra, providing chance to deliver a lecture in the national webinar on problem solving and ideation, and also the faculty member of the institution for their patient listening. Thank you, students. Thank you, Anila.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is my humble request to all the participants. If you have any query, if you have any questions, you can ask to respected madam.
Yes, sure. I'm interested to give a receive more. That's why I sharply completed in 1 hour because I like to interact with you. If you have any queries or if you want to connect with anything, you can ask me through this session. Any queries? Suppose any students have any idea, you want to connect with any proper industry or you want to promote your idea, you can ask.
Okay, I think, ma'am, there is no question. Yes. So thank you
Anybody
so
want to
much.
discuss?
Yes, ma'am, please. Okay. So, respected madam, you very nicely share your insights on creativity, innovation, and how we can give proper direction to our creativity and file a patent. Also, you have given some insights on IPR also. So, without getting much more time, it is my humble request to Professor Priyanka Rathi ma'am to propose the vote of thanks for this fruitful session on problem solving and ideation. So, over to Priyanka Rathi ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege that I have got this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to thank our president, Mr. Dilip Rajji Goenka sir, who always guide us to undertake such informative sessions. My sincere thanks to Principal Ma'am, Dr. Charushila Rumale, for guiding us. A special thanks to our guest speaker and resource person, Dr. N.Priyadharsini ma'am, for guiding us on topic problem solving and ideation. It was a very informative session, ma'am. Sincere thanks to Vice Principal and HOD of our Commerce and Management Department, Dr. Ambadas Pande, sir, for guiding us. I would like to thank to all the faculty members, research person, and the students who have attended the today's session and being a very nice audience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. I think I have given some valuable inputs to everyone. In future, if you want to connect and want to get any clarification, I'm happy to connect with you for a long time. Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Rupa.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
Shall I leave from the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you.
Ma'am, I need that. I think you can know that I have to upload in my ambassador portal. You can send to me
Yeah,
the
yeah,
photograph.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. So, feedback link we